editing your yearbook for print in your school, editing your yearbook and submitting for print in your school version of PLIC books. Before you begin, you will want to have an active school license from PLIC books from your lab. You will receive an email stating that an account has been created for you on PLIC books. Click the Accept Invitation button to take you to the registration site. Your account will not be created until you access this link and set your password. From here, you're going to want to create a unique password to use when entering into the PLIC books site. We recommend that you keep a note of your password somewhere, as we do not have access to look up any password information for you. Once you're done entering your password, place a check mark next to I have read and agreed to the PhotoLink software license agreement. If you wish to download a copy of this, click the link here. Otherwise, go ahead and press the Set My Password button to be directed to the login page. At any time that you forget your password, you can click the Forgot Password link to reset your password. Go ahead and log in with your username, which would be the email address that you received your PLIC books registration, and the password that you had set previously. Press the Log Me In button to access your PLIC books menu. Your PLIC books account should already be preloaded with images and data from your lab. Therefore, when you first log on, you will be taken to your subject management screen. The very first time you log on, you will receive little help pop-ups that come up to briefly go over everything that is expected on this page. Go through the little next buttons to kind of go through each and every individual little item that is available for you to do. If at any time you need to see this again, simply hit the little question mark for those to reappear. If you have more than one yearbook available, ensure you are looking at the correct project by selecting the project name under the gray button right here. Your batches will be listed by the teacher name up at the top. You have the ability to rename them or completely delete them. Deleting them will move all of the subject's images into an unmatched batch at the very end, rather than completely deleting your images. Unless you move those images from the unmatched batch to another match, those images will not be printed in your yearbook. To move subjects from one batch to another, simply drag their image from one batch to another and choose whether you want to move them or copy them there. You also have the ability to edit your subjects in the subject management screen. Pressing Edit will allow you to change their names, their grade, or their teacher, and the Options button will allow you to set up if they're staff, where you want them listed on their page. So staff priority, if you put a 1, they would be listed first. If you want this staff member to be displayed in all of your class pages, and if the staff members should have a prefix. You can also manually add new subjects in batches in PLIC books if this information was not included in the previous upload from your lab. To add a whole new batch, you're going to click the green plus sign up at the top and type in a name for your batch. Take note that any new batch that you have, you will then have to individually add subjects. To add subjects, press the green plus sign and type in their information. Take note that grade and teacher will automatically populate for the batch that you're in. You can even upload their portrait by clicking the upload button here. At any time, you can search for specific subjects in the search field up at the top. Here it will list anybody with that name, and it will also list which batch they are in. You can edit them, add their options, or move them to another batch if necessary. Once you have all of your subjects set up properly under the correct batches, you are now ready to move on to build your yearbook. To access your yearbook template, we are going to click on the Go to Book button from the Subject Management screen. The first time you press Go to Book, you will be taken to your storyboard. Here is where you can plan on where each page will go in your yearbook to be used as a guideline. Your front cover, back cover, both inside covers, and the title page will be predetermined for you. To designate your pages, simply select the type of page from the top, either class page, candid page, or autograph page, and drag them to the page number you wish to have them at. This will help pre-populate your book for you. Once you have finished populating all your pages, you will see the totals up at the top next to each page of how many of those page types will be listed in your book. They are also color coordinated so you can easily define them. Once you have finished laying out your storyboard, press the Compose Yearbook at the bottom of your screen. Please take note that once you have entered your yearbook, your storyboard will then be locked and will not be able to edit this again. If you are unsure of your storyboard layout, you can press the blue Save button or the red Cancel button to return to your subject management screen. At that point, you can complete your storyboard at a later date. The first time you enter your book, you'll be receiving small prompts to help you walk through the different sections of your yearbook. Press the Next buttons to go through each of these prompts. If at any time you need to see this information again, go to the Actions menu and click Help. Themes are page designs that your lab has provided you to help design your yearbook. To use a theme, you're going to access Themes from the drop-down in the top left menu of your screen, and you're going to scroll through the available themes to find one that best suits you. You can then select this theme and drag it and drop it onto your page. Take note that if your cover page does not update, this is because your lab has designed a cover for you and has disabled the ability to edit this. After you have applied your theme to your entire book, you can then customize each page individually. One option is to change the different background that is displayed. To do this, select Backgrounds from your top left menu and choose a subfolder to choose from. Simply drag and drop the background you wish to see on that page. You can continue to do so until you find the background you like. There are also different page options, which are found in the top corners of your screen, depicted by an orange gear. Click on this to choose the different options that are available. One option is Backgrounds, and here you can choose the different opacity settings, whether to flip it horizontally or flip it vertically. To revert back to your theme settings, check Revert Background and you will go back to the original setting. To add any comments or view any comments previously made to a specific page, click on the Comments area in the top of your screen. To add a text object, simply double-click where you want that text object to appear. You can then highlight and replace the words Type Here with whatever you want to appear. You also have different font options. These options are font type, font size, bold, italics, or underline. You can change the color of this font, and you can also make a different highlight of the font. You can make it a subscript or superscript and change the line height as well. You also have different effects with this as well. You can move it around your page to resize. You can also manually move this by unlocking the manual text size box and resize it on your own. To open special effect options, hover over your text object and open the special effects option. Here, you can choose whether to have a glow or a drop shadow. Enabling this will have a drop shadow. Turn this off to make it a glow, and decide how big you want it to be. You can also change the color. If you would like to apply a stroke around your text, you need to select Enabled and choose the color of the stroke. Once finished, press OK. You can also layer different text objects and move them back or forward on top of each other. You can rotate them. And finally, you can delete them. To add clip art objects to your page, hover over the clip art menu in the top right-hand corner of your screen and select a subgroup of the type of clip art you want to use. You can also type in a keyword. Let's say we want to look for a dog. Typing in dog will then bring up any clip art with that type of word in there. Simply select the type of clip art you wish to use and drag it onto your page. Here you have a few different options to help edit your graphic. To resize, hover over your graphic and on the bottom right hand corner, simply drag it out to be the size that you want. You can also layer your objects by selecting to have them forward or back. To delete, hover over it and press the red X. You also have some special effect options. Hover over your graphic and press the Special Effects button. Here you can choose if you would like to have any borders and choose how thick you want it to be and what color you'd like your border to be. You can choose to have a drop shadow, which will respect the borders of the image if it is a transparent PNG. Choose the depth of your drop shadow, the intensity, and the color. You can also blur your graphic. You can make it grayscale. You can invert it. You can make it less or more opaque. And you can give it less or more saturation. Once your selections are complete, press the OK button. I'm going to add a drop shadow of black and give it a little bit more depth. Once you have finished the special effects selection, you'd press the green OK button to save. Take note that these changes will be made to individual images, not all images on the page. So if I was to have another one, the special effects are on this one, but not on this image. PLIC Books allows the ability of adding candid images to your yearbook. The first thing you want to do is to create a guest URL for you to send to your families at the school so that they can then email you pictures that you can then upload into your yearbook. As you start receiving candids back in from everybody, you can then select which images you want to use for your yearbook. Simply check the images you want to upload. Press the green Create Album button to create a subalbum. Typically subalbums would be something like Zoo Day, Field Trip, Fireman Day, something along those lines. Once you have your album selected and your images checked, you can then press the Send To button to then upload those candidates to that album. If at any time there's a candidate you wish to not use, simply hover over it and check the red X, You can also view a larger image of it by selecting the little magnify. PLIC Books offers several different ways to lay out your candid images on pages in your yearbook. To utilize this option, on the top left menu, we're going to select Candid Layouts option and select the type of layout that we want to have listed on our candid page. Simply select it and drag and drop. This is going to ask if you want to replace the existing page with this candid template. Just hit replace. Go ahead and it's asking to make sure that you want to do this. Hit OK. We are then going to be taken to a screen where we can select different images to add to our collage. You can choose different clip art options, sure, but let's go over here and choose our album that we created with our different candid images. Here, you just place a check mark next to each image you wish to choose in your collage and press the OK button. You will then be taken to your collage and have it laid out, but you can also further specify how you want to edit these. Hovering over the image will give you all the different options just like you had when you were laying out your graphic. Here you have the ability to crop your image. You can zoom it out, zoom it in, move it around, however you're wanting it to be. Once you're done, push the green check mark. You can rotate your image. You can layer them by bringing them forward or bringing them backwards. You can have special effects such as borders, drop shadows, making them blurry, making them grayscale, inverting them, or choosing the opacity. Once your selections are done, hit the green button to keep them or cancel out to return back to your main screen. You also have the ability to delete any of the images that you have, and then from there you can select from your candids over to the left and choose a different picture to add. To start adding class pictures to a page, simply locate the batch you wish to add at the top of your page and drag it and drop it onto the page you wish to include it on. To the left you will see different class layouts that you can choose from, which will choose how to display your images on your page. Simply find the layout that you wish to use and drag it and drop it onto your page. You also have different abilities on this page to help customize it. You can change the column and the image size simply by hovering over their images and choosing which size you want them to be. You can also hit the little custom size button and select how many columns you wish to have displayed on your page. Furthermore, you can edit the title of your page, just like if you were adding a text object. Type it in, choose your font, choose the size. You can change the font of the names simply by selecting on one of the names and choosing the font, and you'll see everybody update. You can also change the color, and you'll see everybody's name update accordingly. You can add different graphics to the page, and you will see everybody kind of correspond by switching around them. And you can add different comments to the page. To change the background of the page, select Backgrounds over to the left, choose a color, and drag it on. You also have the ability to add a mask around each image. At the top left, we're going to go to Masks, and choose the type of mask you wish, and drag it and drop it onto the page as well. To add a blank page for your students to receive autographs from their peers, select the autograph layouts on the top left-hand menu of your screen and drag the autographs option onto your page. This will add a blank working page. Once you have all of your pages set up, you can do a quick preview by clicking on the Preview Full Book button. This will show you a preview of each page in the order that they are in. If you notice a page out of order, simply drag it to its correct position to reorder. Down at the bottom, you have a couple of little options. You can either finalize Submit or completely preview the PDF. If you wish to go to a specific page to edit it, or completely remove a page, you have these options here as well. Preview PDF will allow you to download a low-res PDF for proofing, and Finalize and Submit will take you to where it will submit your options to your lab so that